Unit 1, General Ecology and Population Part 1, Content Food Chains, Food Webs Energy Flow, and Trophic Levels. Time, 5 days. Unit 1, Practical Requirements Part 1, Application 1. Unit 1, Practical Requirements Part 1, Application 1. Construct a food chain 2. Construct a food web 3. Construct and calculate energy flow through the energy pyramid. Time, 5 days. What is environmental science? Environmental science is the study of the air, water, and land surrounding an organism or a community, which ranges from a small area to Earth's entire biosphere. Ecology is the study of interactions of living organisms with one another and with their environment. Ecosystem, a community of living and non-living things that work together, i.e. desert, lake, tree, puddle, etc., no size requirement. Biological organization. From largest to smallest, the biological organization for ecology is Biosphere, global sum of all ecosystems. Biomes, next slide. Ecosystem, next slide. Community. Population. Organism, biome, the very largest ecosystems. They are ecosystem, a community of living and non-living things that work together, i.e. desert, lake, tree, puddle, etc., no size requirement. Biome, the very largest ecosystems. They are tropical rainforest, grasslands, desert, deciduous, tundra, coniferous forest, taiga largest, chaparral, savanna, alpine biomes. Biotic, the living things that shape an ecosystem. Abiotic, non-living chemical and physical factors in the, i.e. light, soil, water, radiation, temperature. Habitat, the environment that an organism lives in, i.e. forest. Life depends on the sun. Energy from the sun enters an ecosystem when plants use sunlight to make sugar molecules. This happens through a process called photosynthesis. Life depends on the sun. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants, algae, and some bacteria use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to produce carbohydrates and oxygen. From producers to consumers. Because plants make their own food, they are called producers. A producer is an organism that can make organic molecules from inorganic molecules. Producers are also called autotrophs, or self-feeders. From producers to consumers. Organisms that get their energy by eating other organisms are called consumers. A consumer is an organism that eats other organisms or organic matter instead of producing its own nutrients or obtaining nutrients from inorganic sources. Consumers are also called heterotrophs, or other feeders. From producers to consumers. Some producers get their energy directly from the sun by absorbing it through their leaves. Consumers get their energy indirectly by eating producers or other consumers, an exception to the rule. Deep ocean communities of worms, clams, crabs, mussels, and barnacles exist in total darkness on the ocean floor, where photosynthesis cannot occur. The producers in this environment are bacteria that use hydrogen sulfide present in the water. Other underwater organisms eat the bacteria or the organisms that eat the bacteria. What eats what? Organisms can be classified by what they eat. Types of consumers. Herbivores, plant eater. Carnivores, meat eater. Omnivores, eats plants or animals. Detritivores, decomposers/scavengers that breaks down dead plants and animals, detritus, and their waste. Burning the fuel, an organism obtains energy from the food it eats. This food must be broken down within its body. A process of breaking down food to yield energy is called cellular respiration. Burning the fuel. Cellular respiration is the process by which cells produce energy from carbohydrates. Atmospheric oxygen combines with glucose to form water and carbon dioxide. Cellular respiration occurs inside the cells of most organisms. Burning the fuel. During cellular respiration, cells absorb oxygen and use it to release energy from food. Through cellular respiration, cells use glucose, sugar, and oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Burning the fuel. Part of the energy obtained through cellular respiration is used to carry out daily activities. Excess energy is stored as fat or sugar. Energy transfer. Each time an organism eats another organism, an energy transfer occurs. This transfer of energy can be traced by studying food chains, food webs, and trophic levels. Food chains. A food chain is a sequence in which energy is transferred from one organism to the next as each organism eats another organism. Food chains. Food webs. Ecosystems, however, almost always contain more than one food chain. A food web shows many feeding relationships that are possible in an ecosystem. Food webs. Trophic levels. Each step in the transfer of energy through a food chain or food web is known as a trophic level. A trophic level is one of the steps in a food chain or food pyramid. Examples include producers and primary, secondary, and tertiary consumers. Trophic levels. Each time energy is transferred, some of the energy is lost as heat. Therefore, less energy is available to organisms at higher trophic levels. 10% passes to the next level and 90% is lost as heat. One way to visualize this is with an energy pyramid. Trophic levels. Each layer of the pyramid represents one trophic level. Producers form the base of the energy pyramid, and therefore contain the most energy. The pyramid becomes smaller toward the top, where less energy is available. Energy pyramid. Biomass. The total amount of living or organic matter in an ecosystem. Biomass. The total amount of living or organic matter in an ecosystem. Maximum biomass occurs in producers, and there is progressive decrease in biomass from lower to higher trophic levels. 90/10 rule, biomass pyramid. Pyramid of numbers illustrates the total number of organisms at each trophic level. Highest numbers are at the lower levels. Productivity of ecosystems. Productivity. The rate of production of biomass. Productivity of autotrophs such as plants is called primary productivity, while that of heterotrophs such as animals is called secondary productivity. Gross primary productivity, GPP, total amount of energy captured from photosynthesis over a period of time.